Blaney's rejoining there, they're all three wide. Neil's trying to get involved and Blaney hits them both off. Blaney comes back on the track, hits both cars. Beats the right on the back of Bradders into the hairpin on the inside. Bradders outbreaks his own, they both pass, just hard to say. Stevie passes the wall straight through. Oh, Callum's lost it! Callum's lost it! What a recovery! He uses the wall, but what a recovery there from Callum. Let's have a look at Steve. Now Stevie holds his own around the outside. And no way Jose, but then gets a slow run out of the corner. Bids us right up on the outside of him again. This is brilliant. LPB WTCR Championship Round 5 to the special event, Race 4 from Oschersleben. Hi everyone and welcome back to LPB Racing from a very, very wintry and snowy Oschersleben for Round 4, Race 4 of the special event of the LPB WTCR Championship on Project Cars 2. Very snowy conditions here and a very unique race, so people can go in whatever car they desire. Teammates have to go in the same car, so you can go in the BMW, the Renault or the Mercedes touring car. So I've got a few people choosing the BMW in these conditions, which could be quite entertaining, and plenty of front wheel drive cars again, which will also be entertaining. So let's take you through the grid for this one then. So on pole position we have a BMW and it's Intrepid on pole position with Twerdy alongside. Sorry for the zeros guys, just I didn't fast forward the thing. So TY in third and Stevie fourth. Then we've got Bradders fifth, Pash sixth, seventh is Neil Farmack, eighth is Bidster. Then we've got ninth Darren, 10th is Blake, 11th Fidel and 12th is George at the back of the grid. As you can see here, if you look back down the grid, it is a very tightly packed grid here, and in the snow that will probably make for quite a few entertaining things as well. So we'll just now go to the race. Here we go. You ready for lights out here? And away we go, and it's a good start for the blue and yellow cars. Bidster and Bradders making places through the middle. TY goes to the outside, contact further back, Darren's off towards the side of the track there. As you look, everyone else Intrepid now goes back down to fifth place, and Twerdy's off as contact before the first corner. Twerdy's off on the side of the road and braking. Bradders, well, sort of shortcuts the course there. TY makes the corner and everyone else just about makes the corner as well as you go around the first bit. And now trying to get the power on the snow is going to be very fun indeed. Very, very tippy-toey. And Bradders takes the lead after cutting the first corner and everyone else going through there. So there's Bradders, Stevie, TY, and then it's Neil, George, Bidster, Blake. So we've got a very good blend of cars here. Quite a few Renaults, quite a few Mercedes, and a couple of BMWs as well. And the other BMWs at the back as we go now down to the two fast left-handers as Blake looks up the inside of Intrepid. Intrepid going backwards here in the BMW, and now he's got Pash trying to go around the outside of him in the Mercedes, and he goes around the outside of him, and down he goes. As round the next few corners, TY and Stevie alongside each other. So Stevie and George in Team Dive Squad have gone for the Mercedes. We've got Friendly Fire, TY and Blake who have gone for the Mercedes as well. Bradders and Bidster have gone for the Megans, so that's a bit different. And then further back, it looks like we've got a bit of contact further back. Twerdy's gone for Megan as well. And then we've got Intrepid and Darren and Fidel who have gone for the BMWs. So a few mixes of cars there. Down Stevie now on the inside of Bradders to the next corner. And they all go wide. Bradders, Stevie, TY, they all go wide. Bidster trying to pass George there as Blaney goes around the outside of Bids there. So all changing here. What an epic race this is in the snow of Oschersleben. As we go round, it's very not often you see touring cars on ice, but also we are all obviously on snow tyres, or on snow and ice tyres. So yeah, that'll help us out a bit rather than being on slicks or wet tyres. As Pash goes into the pits, he must have a drive-through. He must have jumped the start. So Pash with a drive-through then, and down the longest pit lane ever, because Oschersleben's pit lane is huge. So that's going to be Pash at the back of the grid then. As Stevie and TY battling out for the lead. Stevie on the inside of TY. Into the first corner as they tippy-toe the way around in the snowy conditions, and Stevie gets ahead. TY then looking back up the inside. To no avail because Stevie holds it down the inside. As further out we've got George and Bidster close together. Bidster on the inside of George here looking for a way through. George using the hip and shoulder, bit of a barge there, but still side by side. Stevie, TY, Neil, Blake Bidster ahead now of George, and Bradder's looking to try and close up as well. Bradder's looking good in these snowy conditions, so he likes the snow. So must be a winter person. As we go down to the next few corners, Blake then trying to catch up to TY, trying to get some good points in here for friendly fire in the teams championship, to try and elevate themselves at the leaderboard a bit. As we go into the next few corners, nice and steady around here because it is a very long corner. This got to really try and be patient with the throttle input. Too much power and you'll find yourself understeering. As Bidster looks like he's found the perfect balance because he's right behind Blakeney now. Well, there's a cone that goes in the air, flying in the air in the background. And onto the straight we go. Further back we've got Fidel, Darren and Pash. Pash out the pits. And Intrepid spawned in the BMW. The BMW not liking the snow and ice. Fidel goes through and Darren as well. And into the next corner we've got Blake being passed by Bidster. Blake runs very wide off the track there. He's rejoining, but Bidster goes around the outside of him, so Blake loses positions there. And he's got to watch out because George will be on him soon if he's not careful. Through the next few corners it's still TY, Stevie, Neil. He's going to the last corner. Bidster defending now from Blake. There's Bidster defending in the yellow and blue Megane from Blake. So the Mercedes looking like it's a car of choice here. But the Megane does go through on the Mercedes, so lots of people choosing the Merc because of its agility and good good initial traction out of the corners, and it's quite a good darty car as well. So very good at changing direction quickly, as that's what you want in snow. As Bidster holds on with Blake, and then Stevie looking for a way around TY still, but TY still holding his own at the front of the race. Stevie still tries to find his way around. Neil Farmack in third, Bidster fourth. Now he's obviously ahead of Blake. Blake's got George right behind him, and also don't forget Bradders. Bradders is still on the back of this train here. We've got George and then Bradders. So Blake goes very wide there, but then he can cut back in for a faster line out, allegedly, as he gets out of the corner. So now it is, apart from Pash, Pash has started to pass the BMWs as well as Intrepid goes off, and Pash is catching the BMs as Darren goes round, and Fidel, these cars really having to tippy-toey round. There's Fidel, so slow around the corners just to try and make it round in the BM, so not the best choice, the BMW. A few people braving it, so hats off to him. Definitely hats off to him for attempting this BMW in the snow, but not the best idea, whereas the front-wheel drive's got just a lot more of a safer option. Not necessarily faster, but just less risk of spinning. Because obviously the front wheel drive, the front wheels will spin and it'll pull the car straight, and the front wheels, all they want to do is just go forwards and not turn. So that's where they lift off, and you go around the corners, and Blake should have braked a bit more there and lifted off as George now looks for a way through. Can he go for a slow motion cutback in this snowy weather? Because all the actions are quite slow in this. As Pash now up to 10th, he's got Fidel as the next target in the Mercedes. So Pash in the Mercedes. Oh, Pash looks like he's passed Fidel there, as yes he has. He's passed Fidel. This is the difference as you go into the corner. Oh, no, that's the difference. Pash runs very wide. Fidel looks to take him back, but no can do, and Pash holds on. Meanwhile, TY still leading the race from Stevie, Neil Farmack and Bidster. I think there's no blue left on that car now, it's all white. So there's plenty of snow on that car. There's plenty of snow on all the cars, to be honest. But the Megane's definitely showing the white more, and George has got plenty of snow on his car as well. So you can tell the cars that have been really trying to push the limits, and the white of the cars. Bidster's up the inside of Neil Farmack. Bidster trying to get past Neil. Neil trying to hold on around the outside. Neil goes wide, he puts the power on too early, and Bidster then gets through into third. Neil's still alongside him though. He's not going to give up this position as easy as he likes. But Bidster gets the car into the corner and into the position ahead of Neil Farmack, who goes down to fourth. So now the question is, Bidster, can he catch the two leaders? But TY and Stevie look like they've got quite a good rhythm going here, so it could be hard for Bidster to try and catch these two, because the Mercedes have got quite a good, like I said, quite a good rhythm going. So we've got George and Blake still quite close together. These two were very close in the last race at Bandit Braille race. Yes, they were further back, but they were all very close. And now they've got Bradders for company in the Renault, because Bradders in the Renault looking like he's a bit of a threat here. Bradders closing up and liking these snowy conditions as he gets good traction out the corner, and he's looking to try and challenge George into the next chicane. Let's see if he can. Down into the corner, looking down the inside. He's braking very late. He's going for the move on the inside. Can he stop the car? Just. Blatantly can't stop the car again. He goes off the track and Bradders takes the shortcut route to try and get back on track. Takes the easy route, but George does go through anyway. He would have had to give the position up, but Bradders just choosing the safe option there rather than trying to rejoin the track and cause a hazard. So sensible stuff there from Bradders. So for once, actually using some spatial awareness. So, oh no, they just spoke too soon. Goes up the inside of George, bit of contact, but again, you can't really expect no contact in this kind of racing, but no, you should be making contact on the straight though, boys. Watch what you're doing on the straights, guys. Come on. Down to the first corner, both on the brakes identically at the same time, into the chicane. George should have the line here unless Bradders can go around the outside of him, which he does. Round the outside, carries the grip and then moves himself into sixth, but he's got to get to the inside because otherwise George is going to go straight back through. But now he holds some decent speed around the outside and Bradders holds on to sixth place. Meanwhile, further up front, we've got Bidster closing in on Stevie now. So Bidster's closing in on Stevie. TY's still quite ahead in the lead. But Bidster then on the move, trying to do what he can here in the snowy conditions. Trying to catch Stevie up into the corner as he looks down the inside, but no way through. Just trying to have a little sneaky look. So we're just over halfway, guys. Sorry for not getting the first half replays in yet, but we'll get them in now. Here's the replays from the first half of the race. Okay guys, here's the first of the replays. I've just paused it here so we can watch Pasha's jump start here. So we're going to play, get rid of this. You see there, he moves there. He moves there, the right lights are still red. You can see through Twirly's name. Now they go to green, and then he moves, but because he moved before the lights went out, he ends up with a drive-through penalty. And now here's an onboard from Stevie, so watch ahead as Bradders goes through the middle there. Fantastic start for Bradders. And then watch here, he comes across and just a little bit of contact there, and that's all it takes for Twirly to lose control. Just a racing incident really, but Twirly goes off into the wall there, spins round and gets back going. What a recovery from Twirly, full 360 and keeps going. Here's a little onboard from Twirly, so we saw the contact there, and then round we go, into the wall, and there we are, pointing the right way. And we just look for a safe gap to rejoin, and there we go. Here's a replay of Intrepid spin on lap 2, so comes out the corner at the far end, slides the car one way, and then just loses control, goes the other way, and round into the wall. And then you see here, Darren goes through, crawling through there, as Intrepid reverses onto the track. Here's a replay of some action that happened further back with the BMWs, as you see Darren runs a bit wide there, gets and then has to get out of the corner. Intrepid's closing up here. Then he's get on the power, and Darren has a massive moment as they go on the power. Twitch, 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 and Intrepid, slow motion style, goes round the outside of him there and takes 11th place. And now back to the racing action. As you come back from that, it is Bidster with Stevie. Oh, Bidster's lost control, but regains it. That's the advantage of the front wheel drive. You can just let go of the power and put the power on, and it'll really recover the car easy for you. But Bidster and Stevie really close together. Will Bidster go down the inside here? Is he? No, he just moves out, has a little look, and breaks into the corner, and they both go through at the same time. Further back we've got Darren and Intrepid. Intrepid's past Darren, and now he's run wide, and now Darren's going to go straight back through into 11th position. As we look further around, we saw Bradders and George very close there into the chicane, and it is Bradders still ahead of George. My phone goes off there, sorry ladies and gentlemen, there we go. As Bradders there into the corner, George right behind him. Stevie and Bidster still battling out. Stevie trying to keep Bidster behind him if he can. Down to the next corner and into turn 1, penultimate lap of the race now. TY still got a good lead. Bidster still cannot find a way past Stevie as he swaps sides over the curb, tries to get down the inside. There's a little bit of contact and Stevie doesn't see him, but Bidster is through into second place, but he's running wide. Can Stevie get a good run back down the inside? He'll be on the outside for the next corner, but no, I think Bidster's just got him here. Yeah, Bidster's just got him into the corner, so second place is now Bidster's, and Stevie's got to see if he can stick with him or trying to create some kind of fight back. Meanwhile, Intrepid is ahead of Darren again, so Darren and Intrepid at the back swapping places very frequently as you see the rear wheel drive there, trying to get the power down on the snow. Not really that effective. The worst kind of drive to have in snow is rear wheel drive. It's the most fun, but it's not the most fastest. As we go out the corners, you'll see Darren there got on the power, little twitch, but everything's okay. As TY on the penultimate lap, 3.5 seconds ahead of Bidster. There he is, sliding his way through the chicane. In second place with Stevie behind him in third. Neil Farmack there in fourth in the Mercedes, so nice consistent run in the race for him. Blakeney's in fifth, TY's teammate, so 1-5 so far for Team Friendly Fire. Then we've got Bradders in a good sixth, a very good sixth place there for Bradders. Seventh is George. We've got Twerdy back in 8th on his own. Pash is back into 9th after the drive-through, but he could have had a much better result in this if it weren't for the jump start. Then we've got Fidel first of the BMWs, so he's the best of the very people who chose the ultimate hard level on this race. So and then Intrepid and Darren they're still only a couple of seconds apart, so not really too much of a bigger gap there as you go out the corner. Meanwhile, Bidster on to his last lap, trying to catch TY up, but TY is doing some good laps. He's doing the same rough lap times as Bidster is. As Stevie runs very wide into the first corner, can't quite get the traction down in this snowy condition. And it's nice to have done a really different race like this. We did this more for the fun than for the points, but the points do count as we go out the corner. And Stevie gets the power on down to the next corner as Bradders there. Oh, Bradders off the track and shortcut in the first corner. And that's going to be a bit naughty. That he'll probably have a major slowdown or a major penalty added onto his time there, because that's not really the best line to take. Well, not the correct line to take, but he's made a mistake. He has gained some time on Blake there, so that could be quite a significant penalty that the game is in there if he's not careful. So he just needs to get used to his braking points. I know it's easier said than done in the snow, but just needs to try and learn. He's had 7 laps to learn, needs to try sort of get there really. As Bradders goes through the corner, nicely done there. But meanwhile, TY in the lead of the race, 3 seconds ahead of Bidster, who's still trying to catch him in second place and not really able to catch him very well, because TY's just worked up this lead, proving that he is the king on snow as they go into the corner, nicely into the corner there, and turn the car back the other way. And then the last 2 right-handers to go, 1 right-hander just here, not as tight as the next one, nice flowing through, and the next one a bit of a tighter right-hander onto the brakes. Nicely throw the car into the, well, not throw the car into the corner, as you'll end up in the wall in the snow, but nicely done. And TY is going to win the snow race of the season. TY wins race 4 at Oschersleben in the snow conditions. Well done to TY, he is the Yeti of the group. He is the winner. Bidster is second, and then it is Stevie in third, a good third for Stevie there. Neil Farmack Stevie has a little celebration across the line, hopefully crossed the line before he did that, otherwise that would be very embarrassing. Neil Farmack in fourth. And then it's Blakeney in 5th, Bradders in 6th, good race there for Bradders, and 7th is going to be George, and then it's going to be Twerdy in 8th, he's still coming round the last corner, so there he is across the line in 8th place for Twerdy, well done to him. Pash back in 9th, realistically the best place he could have done with the drive-through, so not bad from Pash, but without the drive-through he would have been well up there. But Pash in 9th place. And now we've got to watch the BMWs come to the line, because it's not over yet, as Fidel comes towards the last few corners. Intrepid there with Darren just coming out of the last chicane there. We can't really see him, there he is. There's Darren and there's Intrepid. So Fidel is going to be the best of the BMWs, so you could sort of call it a second class really, because the BMW is such a hard car to drive, you might as well put it in a separate class on snow. But yeah, so your unofficial Class B winner is going to be Fidel. Fidel is going to finish 10th overall and first of the BMWs in 10th place. Well done. And they all tamed the car. They've all got a few little crashes and bangs, but all in all, they didn't get lapped. So they did a very good job. Intrepid out the last corner, very careful on the power. Listen to the low revs just as he gets the power on. And across the line for Intrepid, 11th, and Darren will finish off in 12th. And now we will just get those second half replays in for you first. Here's the replays from the second half of the race. Okay, here's a replay of the battling BMWs at it again. So it's Darren and Intrepid at the back, and then into the chicane we go. And you see there, Darren makes a little error, goes through there, and Intrepid goes to the outside, and in slow motion goes round the outside of him. and takes 11th place. That was my slow motion voice. And now we come back from that and we will take you to the results, followed by the overall standings after this special event. Okay guys, here's the results after that one then. It's TY who takes victory. Well done to TY. With Bidster in second. It's third for Stevie. With Neil in fourth. It's fifth for Blake. With Bradders in sixth. We've got George in seventh, as we just go over the page. Then it's Twerdy in eighth. With Pash in ninth. And then we've got the first of the BMWs at the back, not the best car, but it's Fidel in 10th, Intrepid in 11th, and Darren rounds off the 12th. And now guys, we move on to the championship standings after round 5. It is Bidster in the lead on 408 points, with Stevie in second on 320. It's TY in third on 283, Neil is fourth on 278, with Blake on 238. Just behind it's Pash on 232, so very close in the battle for 5th. It's George on 192 with Intrepid on 152 in 8th. Bradders on 134 in 9th. Twerdy is on 120 points in 10th. We've got Will and Fidel equal on 81 points. Cy Racing on 64. Darren on 46. Yonko on 42 and Hovno is still on 19. We have got Brave and Bold in the lead of the teams on 542 with Friendly Fire just behind on 521. Then we've got Dive Squad on 512 with Smoking Tyres on 510. So the teams championship guys looking very, very close. And as we come back from that, there is your winner TY in the snowy conditions of Oschersleben there. Well done to TY, as you see a slow motion of the snow. Well done to TY, and we will see you guys next time for round 6 of the championship. Sorry, it wasn't round 4 this special event, it was round 5 all along. I do beg your pardon guys. Round 6 next, which will be at Bathurst and Brno. So we're going to the down under of Bathurst and then to the Czech Republic in Brno. So we'll see you for that one guys next time. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Take care guys. Thank you for watching another race by LPB Racing. Really hope you all enjoyed that one in the snow of Oschersleben. So next time guys, we will see you for round 6 of the championship, which will be race 1 at Bathurst.